everyone, this is Paula. I know everyone is logging on. I'm super excited. You are in the right place. You should be logging on live. We're excited to bring this home to you. So before we start outside, I just want to see a couple more people come in. We just hit, I don't even think we officially hit 6 o'clock. We logged on a minute early to make sure that you could get on, but I'm excited to have you here. So we're kind of playing with our stuff here. We're going to turn down some volumes. If you're hearing some background noise, we're going to get through that, but excited to see you here. So I do have a good friend of mine. His name is Muna. He is here to help us with the camera so I can focus on the house, answer the questions. I also have a lender here who I'm going to introduce to you guys in a sec. So Muna, how many people have joined yet? We got 5 people. All right. So, okay, for the 5 people who have joined, I hope it's not one of us, 2 of us in the room. Is that 3 of you? But for wherever you're joining from, put in the chat room and tell me, where are you sitting now for this live? Let me see. Are people entering it? You know I'm in Wimauma, right? Has anybody put where they're from yet?
Not yet. Justice says hello, hello.
Okay, hello, Justice.
And Brittany Zimmer says hello.
Brittany, good to see you too. Hello, hello.
Raja says hello.
Hey, Raja. Thank you guys for joining. Who else do we have on board?
Monica Smith.
Hey, Monica. Good to see you. Monica, I know, is from here locally in the Tampa market. I believe Raja, you are down somewhere in Miami-Dade area. And I think Justice and Brittany are coming in from Omaha. Who else do we have?
So far, no response, but Monica did write Palm Harbor.
All right. Yay.
Oh, Carlene Blake just says hi, Paula.
Hey, Carlene. Carlene actually lives in Wimauma. Carlene, is your community Wimauma or Ruskin? Type in the chat which one you're in. Because she's literally right around the corner from here. She's no more than about 5-10 minutes away. I love that. Doing good. Which one is she, Wimauma or Ruskin?
Still hasn't responded yet,
Okay.
but she's still there.
All right, good.
Yep.
So
Brittany
what?
Zimmer says hello, yes.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do before we head outside, I just want to do a quick introduction to our lender, who is Kirsten O'Donnell. She's the broker and owner of Florida Wholesale Mortgage. She's amazing. I've worked with her for over the past 5 years. She's a phenomenal lender in this community, works with all the top realtors. And let me tell you, irregardless of whether you're a W-2 or you're a 1099, whatever you are, she is the person to talk to about getting loans. So I'm going to let her wave and say a quick hi.
Hello, hello. I don't know how to speak from the live, so I'm going to talk with you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Like Paula said, my name is Kirsten. I am a mortgage broker and owner of Florida Wholesale Mortgage here in the Tampa Bay area. We serve all of Florida, Georgia, so we're here to help whether you are a first-time home buyer or if you are looking to upgrade your home, or even if you need to pull out equity of another home in order to make this purchase happen. We are here to help. I'm super excited to be here with you today. I'm going to give you back to Paula so she can take you on a tour of this beautiful property here in Wimauma, Florida.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, come this way, come this way. So, has anybody else joined?
We got Carla.
We have 8 now. Carlene did say Ruskin.
Ruskin, okay, she's Ruskin. So, guys, we're going to stop here for a quick second, all right? So, we're going to talk about the first floor of the property in a bit. We are passing through the foyer, some of us like to say foyer. And to my right, which is probably your left, we're going to turn for a quick second. And this is one of the bonus rooms that you have in the home. We call it a flex room. When we come back from our tour, I'm going to show you a little bit about what different people have done with the room. Obviously, my clients have it as a gaming room and also an extra office, but I can't wait to show you. But for now, we're going to start outside. So let's all come outside for a sec. And you're going to get a quick pan. Obviously, we've got a couple of visitors here you see walking by, a couple of birds. We have lots of those here in Florida, lots of egrets. But we're going to take the camera down to the bottom of the driveway. And you'll be able to see your neighbors across the street, to the right, to the left. This is really a great community. As you'll see, it's well kept. It's all D.R. Horton in this section. So there's a lot of familiarity with some of the styles. And within that uniformity, you'll see still you have the ability to be unique with your property. So as we turn the camera around, I'm standing here in the middle of the driveway. Hey guys, good to see you again. So if you just logged in, this is Paula. I'm with Remax Realty Unlimited. I am the listing agent for this in Wimauma, located at 16507 Windmill Forge Pass. So this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car garage home. We're going to go through the entire home from the front, the inside, and the back. I'm going to show you what makes it special. But in the meantime, I want you to see that the home is completely fenced in by. You've got gates on both sides, so you don't have to choose with this home which gate is stationary, which one you can open. The sellers have put them on both sides, which really makes it convenient for lawn service and other servicing of the home. You're going to go over here, and you're going to see you have a really great front yard. And one of the things that's beautiful about it is the landscaping that they've done is really easy to maintain. You've got the different kind of like stones. These are really great, as you see, they're in place. They've done it properly with a landscaper. You don't have weeds coming out of it. And it really gives you what you love to just easily maintain. So we're going to step inside now. And as we enter back inside the home, we're going to revisit this area, this bonus room, because I want to talk about this a bit. I'm just going to shut this door. So this room is a flex room. You can have it as a formal dining room. You can have it as an exercise room. If you've got a young family, maybe you want to have it essentially as a playroom. And if you take a look at the framing here, right, that I'm standing within, you can easily put barn doors here, frosted glass doors. You can do anything you want to customize it and make it your own. It's located right here in the front, making it accessible for a really nice home office or any of those things we've discussed. I actually had somebody who came to visit from New York 2 weeks ago. They were visiting family in the area, and they are a retired music teacher. And they said that if they were in a position to buy this home, they would actually put the piano here, because in their retirement, they're going to be doing piano lessons in the community. So like I said, you dream of it, you think about it, it is yours. So you guys are going to come back this way for a second. I want to do the kitchen last because it has a tremendous amount of features. Wave hi to Kirsten because she's got a lot to show you. She's busy over there running numbers, okay? She's got a number game going on for you guys that you're going to be really happy with. In Florida, for many of you who are basically out of state, we usually call these grand rooms or great rooms. And that's because it has multi-functions. You've got what's often called a living room or family room. We have our kitchen, and we also have a dining area over here by where Kirsten is. But most people are used to a dining area holding about like 4 chairs or sometimes 2 chairs. This one is pretty big. As you see, it can hold 6. There actually is a console behind her, so truthfully, it could even accommodate a larger table and could easily hold 8. I'm going to do a sound check. Can you guys hear me? Just if you can hear me well and the volume is good, just say okay, okay, thumbs up, whichever one. I'm just waiting for Muda to get a response. How's sound? No one's complaining? Then it's
not yet.
Good. Either one of you guys like silent movies, I don't know. So we're here in the family room. It's huge. As you see, this family has a partial sectional, right? Easily they could have wrapped it. All good? Thanks. I'm glad volume is good. Thank you, guys. They could have wrapped it around by the window easily, putting in another 3 or 4 pieces to the sectional. They have it set up this way, but it really gives you some great ideas on the size of the room and what it could accommodate. They have another console over here. The hallway space is really big, as you see, so it gives you the opportunity to design it for your needs. One of the things I love about this 2-story home, on the first floor, we actually have a bedroom and a full bathroom. So I want you guys to take a look at this bedroom. This is really great when you start talking about multi-generational living, whether you have your parents, your grandparents, maybe you have guests from out of town. Perhaps you need another room that's enclosed to be a home office. This room gives you that opportunity. My family, who owns this home, has this obviously as their guest room. What you're seeing in this room is a full-size bed. So we've got a full-size bed, 2 end tables. And what I love about this home and this feature from D.R. Horton is none of the closets are on tracks. So they're magnetic, you pull them, you're not going to have those issues with doors falling off like sometimes you do in some of the other homes, it really structurally makes the most sense. And it just from the standpoint of the overall look and feel of the room, just gives it a richer feel. One of the things you may notice as we go from room to room is the rocker panel. So instead of the smaller switches, this is great. We've got the bigger rocker panel. That's an upgraded feature. And I want to show you this full bathroom. So in this bathroom, it's got complete tub shower combo. You've got upgraded toilets in every room here where they're the higher toilets. And one of the things the sellers did in this home is every room, kitchen and every bathroom with wet area, they have upgraded it from Formica, which is what the builder had, to Quartz. They spent over $10,000 upgrading all 3 rooms. The other thing I love, and I want to just show you here, hi guys. If you notice, the mirrors aren't the standard mirrors. They have these professionally framed in every bathroom. Again, another upgraded feature that you don't see when you purchase the model home. One of the things we have over here is closet space. This is a 2-story home. So underneath the staircase is a great amount of storage space that you can house all of those things. And from my friends and family and folks that love to relocate from up north, I know you guys love to store stuff. So this gives you the extra room that you will need to store your suitcases, some of your winter items. Now, I want to take you into the garage. And this garage is really great. It's a 2-car garage, but it is oversized. I'm going to open up the garage door so you can get a little bit more light. And by the way, wait, you got to slow down. You got to show them the golf cart. This is a gated community, but it is golf cart friendly. So when you come here, you too can get your golf cart, enjoy going back and forth in the community from here to the clubhouse. So we're in the garage, guys, and I want to pan the camera this direction towards me. Because over here, one of the other upgrades that we have in this home is a generator inlet plug. They have this installed because obviously Florida, we do have hurricanes. And in the event you have a hurricane and you live in this home, you're able to plug your generator in and power up the entire house. It costs additional to do that. When you just buy a standalone generator and you got 1,000 plugs hanging out like spaghetti, doesn't work the same. This is the direction that you want. So this is an awesome feature. We're gonna look down. And I want you to look at the floor because this is not epoxy. This is what we call polyspartic. And if I'm pronouncing it wrong, forgive me. This is lifetime. So versus when you do epoxy and you have to redo it every so often, unlike that, this is a lifetime guarantee on this flooring. That warranty transfers to you. This is the same flooring that you're also going to see on the lanai that was built by the sellers. I want to show you something else. These are hurricane shutters. So the home is equipped with hurricane shutters to protect your windows and your doors. This is another great feature. And when you actually get your home insurance, you will get a discount in your home insurance for having this additional protection. All these things come with the home. They convey with the home. They're actually ordered by Windows. It's super organized. They're not hard to put on at all. We're going to actually head back in.
Bye, golf
Say
cart.
goodbye to the golf cart. So we're going to head back in, and now we're going to go over into the kitchen area. And I'm just going to shut the sliding glass door. So we're coming back in. We've already talked about this great room and the different things that it represents and what you can do with it. But now I want to show you the kitchen. If you go on to D.R. Horton and you Google this, D.R. Horton Hayden, H-A-Y-D like David, E-N like Nancy model, and type in Wimauma. I am fully transparent. This home is 2.5 years old, almost 3 years old. They're still building this home. Currently right now in this city, they're building in a community called Berry Bay. But I want you to pay attention to the features in this home because this is not what the builder gives you. The only thing that you get in your kitchen when you buy this from the builder is this would be in granite. My clients chose it. They didn't want the granite. So after they purchased the home, they upgraded it to quartz. Take a look at at the size of the island, if you've ever seen the Hayden model, you'll also notice that one of the things that they did was to extend the size of the island to accommodate seating here. Because you've got such a big hallway, this kitchen can manage it. Now, of course, they also upgraded the sink. These are not standard features. So while this is a newer home, I don't want you to leave this telecast basically saying, oh my gosh, this is what we're getting from the builder. No, all of these things either cost extra, and in this particular series, they do not give you these as an option. There's a very standard option of items that you get, and your kitchen, not your kitchens, I apologize, your bathrooms are all in Formica. So the granite that the builder gives you would be limited to the kitchen, okay? My sellers also upgraded all of their appliances. These are not the standard that came with the home. So they went ahead, and obviously they got a lot of food, so they needed more space. They went ahead and they upgraded this to French doors. Versus having the complete side by side, you have so much more room. In addition to that, this also gives you 2 additional drawers where you can sort through for your frozen goods. I'm gonna open the pantry. It's actually a step-in pantry, right? So it has lots of shelving. You could take the shelving higher up if you wanted to. You could do it in wood shelves. You have the ability to customize this with pull-out drawers or storage drawers. It gives you that option to do all of these great things. The dishwasher is the only thing that is original from the builder in this home. The microwave was upgraded to LG, so was the stove, and so was the fridge. This is double oven, which is great. So if you know how to cook, and I don't, so there's a way to separate this. So I'd be pretending if I could tell you guys I knew how to do it. But if you go to the store or you come here, my sellers will show you how to do it. But it is wonderful because when you're entertaining and stuff, you have the ability to separate it and cook things at different temperatures. The only thing I do is I order something to be delivered. That doesn't take a lot of talent to do. But again, here you go, you have the quartz on this side. Really great. One of the other things they added in this kitchen, because they had the room, was they were able to get the same cabinetry and add it here for more pantry space. And this does convey with the home. So, before I go outside, before I talk to you about the really beautiful feature that completely makes this different, I want to turn it over to Kirsten because she has a lot to share with you what's going on with mortgages and the rates, because really, you need to know it's affordable. And when she's done with you, I'm going to tell you all the local employers that you can go on their employer boards and transfer to those locations if you work with those companies, so you can come here and get this house. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Thank you, Paula. So I noticed since I'm not on as the host, I can't put the pictures in the comments, but what I did do is I put the pictures on the event page. So if you want to reference it, you are able to see the payments reference that I'm going to be discussing on the event page for the breakdown. So I wanted to start off, yes, I know everybody's talking about the war and gas prices going up, and rates have gone up a little bit since the war has started, but we are still at 3-year lows, which is a huge opportunity. I had buyers buying when the rates were over 7%. So since we're still seeing 5 and low 6% rates, there is some great opportunity here. Now, what I did is I put together a nice breakdown of conventional, VA, and FHA financing for this beautiful home. So if you want to reference that on the event page, you'll go ahead and see that if we're putting down the minimum on an FHA loan, and that would be 3.5%, which equates to just under $15,000, you are going to be able to get a rate of 5.875 if you have good credit. Now, I do work with credit scores all the way as low as 500 for an FHA loan, so if you don't have the great credit, that's not a concern. I do have programs that help everyone create ownership, home ownership. Now, your principal and interest is going to be around $24.69 per month on this FHA loan example. Your mortgage insurance will be about $187 a month. You'll carry that until you have 20% equity in the home, and that is when we can remove your mortgage insurance. You will have property taxes with the CDD included of $816 per month. And then the monthly homeowner's insurance, since this is a newer home, you're probably going to be around $150 to $160 per month, maybe lower. We'll get you quotes once you go under contract. And that's bringing your total monthly payment to about $3,600 per month for this home. You do have an HOA of about $89 per month. Paula can tell us everything the HOA includes, but it's pretty cheap, less than $100 per month for the HOA here. Now, if you say, hey Kirsten, that's great, but I need a little bit of a lower interest rate to make this make sense for me, I also put 2-1 buy down examples on the event page so you can take a peek at that. But for an FHA loan, it's going to cost about $9,000, whether that's lender paid, seller paid, you know, everything's up for negotiation. Once you put an offer in on this beautiful home, we'll work with you to make it happen. That's going to get you a 3.875% interest rate on the first year. So that's saving you $506 per month on that monthly payment. So instead of $3,600, you're now at $3,100 for the monthly payment. Year 2, you'll be at a 4.875 interest rate. That's saving you $260 per month. And what I'll do, because I'm your advocate even after you close, is I will continue watching interest rates, and if there is a refinance opportunity that can get you into a lower interest rate before that 2-year time frame is up, we will take advantage of that and refinance you. If there's not, no concerns, because this is not an adjustable rate mortgage. You are going to be locked into a 30-year fixed loan at that original 5.875 rate in this example. So it's a win-win. If the rates go down, we refinance you. If they don't, you're not going to have to worry about your rate going up because it's going to remain the same. So that's kind of just a nutshell of what the payment's going to look like. Of course, there's conventional loans, VA loans. You can put more down if you choose. And then lastly, before I pass it back off to Paula to show you this gorgeous backyard area with the tremendous upgrade that they did that I personally love. I wish I had it at my house. I'm going to mention that we also have 100% financing options, which means no money down for an FHA loan that this home does qualify for. Quick little credentials for that is going to be at least a 640 credit score. And you actually do not have to have any particular employer or income level, because this program works for all employment types and all income levels. So if you only hear about Hometown Heroes in Florida, not to worry, we have other down payment assistance programs that everyone can qualify for. Even if you've owned a home in the last 3 years, we have options for you. So if you're a little nervous about not having the down payment, or if you think your credit's not in the best spot, please reach out to me, because I'm really known for planning and helping you get to where we need to be to make this happen for you. But with that being said, I'll give it back to Paula so she can show you this beautiful backyard.
Alrighty, hold on. Let me just get this open ready for you. All right. So come on out this way. This backyard is incredible. And you hear like the birds are in the back. It's awesome. It's relaxing, and it happens to be a beautiful day out here. So thank God so I don't have to melt in heat. But I will tell you this lanai is over 300 square feet. When you buy this from the builder, you are not getting this footprint. This had to be done with the seller. I'm going to give you a little trick. You can go out to the property appraiser's page, and if you're interested, I'll send you the link. And one of the things they do in Hillsborough County is they list all the permanent items. This is a permanent item, and the price of it, you will see when it was done, was $18,000. That included pouring the slab, the roof above us, as well as all, you see the panels that are in here. It also has 2 doors. So a lot of times when we see screen lanais and patios, there's only one exit door. This one gives you on both sides. You're probably noticing this here in the background. When you buy this home, this is yours. This spa, which is only a year old, conveys with the home. When I say convey, it means it comes with the home. So when you're making your purchase, this is going to belong to you. It's only a year old, and everything in this home is under warranty, and these warranties are transferable.
So there is one question in the
Yes.
chat. This property is in Tampa, as they ask.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So yes, thank you for that great question. We are in what's called Hillsborough County in Florida, and most people don't know anything about county names, but yes, it is in the greater Tampa Bay area. So I'm going to give you the airport, okay? From the airport to this home would take you about 45 minutes, roughly the airport or MacDill Air Force Base. If you were traveling to some of the other areas like Apollo Beach, some of you may have heard of Apollo Beach, that's about 15 minutes away. Same thing with Riverview. It's a 5-minute drive from here. Ruskin. So yes, this is part of the greater Tampa Bay area. And Wimauma is not some country place. I want you to show outside. There's no buffalo. There's no horses. This is not a ranch town. Well, there are some parts of it that are. But essentially, you are in the suburbs. One of the many suburbs that are in the greater Tampa Bay area. So I have this remote. You must be like, why did she have this remote? Remember I told you it was $18,000 to build this additional room to the home? I'm going to have Muna focus on these screens right now. This is motorized. You can control the privacy screen, which is a wonderful feature. And it's on all 3 sides. To have this installed, this was also permitted. It had to have special electrical installed. It had to have a structural engineer to ensure that the weight of these privacy panels and screens could be accommodated based on the slab. Those alone almost cost the same price of doing this. That was $15,000, and again, that was permanent work. But this is awesome. I mean, for those of you who like remote controls, you can have it up, you can have it down. But one of the things I want to show you, in addition to this room that was built, and I'm just going to get it above the doorway here so you can see it. One of the other things that the sellers had built was they had this footprint, but they also wanted to have an area outside of it that they could gather. They really love doing s'mores and all that kind of fun stuff with their family. And I want to show you this. So they had this brick paver patio also laid for the home. So these were installed. Again, you'll see all of this work was permitted work that was done. And they created this really fun area outside for their family with a fire pit. You may have seen on the patio also as well too. There's a cornhole. It gives a lot of green space. So for those who have pets and you want green space, or for those who may even want to put in a pool, this backyard, and I can give you the survey and the information if you're interested, is super deep. You could accommodate a pool, and we can also put that in the chat where we had it rendered out so you would see what a pool would look like. So Mona's kind of going to circle around, and I want to show you something you could do as well too. This home has a strong following in the Northeast. I'm quite sure after I saw the weathers that you guys experienced, I don't blame you. But I wanted to have an opportunity to do the live this Sunday because next weekend is Easter Sunday for those who celebrate. And a lot of people come to visit their family during that time. So I wanted to have the live so that when you come to town next week, you can schedule an appointment. If you have a realtor, have them schedule it. If you don't, I would be happy to show you the home. And I want you to see it in person when you're visiting. This way you don't have to spend money on a second plane ticket because guess what? You're here. We want to show you the home.
2 questions.
Yes.
HOA question mark? And is there a pool in the community?
Yes. So we do have an HOA. The HOA average is about $89 a month. And you also have a pool in the community. Not only do you have a pool, there's also pickleball, there's tennis, basketball courts, walking trails, the whole thing. But in addition to that, in your HOA dues, you also get basic cable and you also get Ultra-Fi. Your Wi-Fi is included. So if you think about it, what do you pay for Wi-Fi right now where you live? Tell me, drop it in the chat. Is it like $80, $100, $50? So think about that you don't have that as an extra bill, nor do you have expanded cable either because it's all included. So I want you to come this way. Really great questions. Keep asking. If you look over here, you'll see you've got French drains. That's really important because as it rains, and I want to show you one other feature here, if you can focus over here into the gutters. This home has gutters. Again, something you don't get with the home when you buy it with the builder. But take a look right here. See where I'm pointing? The gutters are not shooting the water out on the patio. They're shooting it out underneath it. So therefore, you can be sitting out here and it's not going to rain. It's not going to get soggy on your patio because the water is being redirected to the front of the home. So I want to show you something. Sorry to cut in front of the camera, but this is important. So somebody who was interested in putting in a pool. If you remember, over here, take a look at this window. One of the things they were thinking about, well, they would use this room for them as a pool table room, but they were like, they could put in a French door and have access directly to the bathroom if they built the pool. This way you don't have to walk through the house. And the answer to that is yes. You can absolutely convert this from a window into a door. So that can be done as well. And that's the HVAC kicking on. You hear it's strong and it's working good. So we're gonna head back now. And we're gonna join up again with Kirsten because I have a couple of questions for her. So we're gonna circle back, head in, and I'm just gonna close these screen doors. Because if you know me, you know one thing I don't like is lizards. And if you didn't hear it, I said the one thing I don't like is lizards. I love pets. Give me cats, give me dogs. Do not give me anything that is a reptile. I don't care. No turtles, no snakes, no lizards, none of that stuff. None of it. Has to be a mammal, okay? So
There is one question.
Yes.
Is there any information regarding nearby school districts?
Of
In
course.
addition, is there any way to see the different color swatches for the
Yes,
houses?
both. So I can do two things. Whoever left the message in the chat about the swatches, if you send me a PM, I'll just go back and read it. I'll find you and I'll get that information for you. The second thing is you were also asking about the school district. I will give you the name of the schools and I will send you the link specifically to the county website so you can see the rating for the schools. This home, give me a second, the elementary school is Reddick Elementary, the middle school is Eisenhower, and the high school is the brand new high school that just opened up in August of last year, and that's Morgan High School. So we're really excited about, that's one of the biggest schools in Hillsborough County. They just built it, and if you live in this community, you are zoned for Morgan. And whoever asked that in the chat, I'm gonna go back afterwards and look at all the questions, and I will get you everything that you need specifically to your question. We talked about HOA. I want to bring up one other thing. In Florida, and again, sometimes people from other states don't have this, we have what's called a CDD, Community Development District. What happened was when a lot of these properties were built, the infrastructure needed to support it wasn't there. And they created bonds. And part of the bonds that when they were done with the builders came back and basically are refinanced through your purchase of the home. You don't pay a separate fee to the CDD directly. It is part of your tax bill in Hillsborough County, but we have to disclose what that fee is. So yes, you pay an HOA fee of $89 a month. The taxes on this home, and it is homesteaded, is slightly above $10,000. And there are multiple exemptions. There are exemptions if you're a veteran, if you're widowed, if you're partially disabled, full disabled. One thing Florida does is really protect your homestead. And I can also send you a list of the exemptions that we have available. And I want to mention one other thing. Homestead in Florida is literally for your primary residence. I know there are other parts of the United States. My son happens to live in Nebraska. Homestead is reserved for when you're over 65 is when you get that discount. And for them, they don't pay taxes after that. But prior to then, they're not discounted. In Florida, completely different. You call this your primary residence, and this is what is discounted by an additional $50,000. Plus, there's a full schedule of other exemptions which you could possibly qualify for. So I wanted to talk about that just for a second. But again, when I talk about that $10,000 in the property tax, the CDD fee is included in there. One last CDD thing, you're going to ask me, does the bond ever pay off? What happens? For the CDD fee, there are two parts of that budget. The first part is the bond, which can be paid off, yes. And the second part is what we call the operational budget. The operational budget is really what basically takes care of all the amenities in the community. It keeps your tennis courts paved. It keeps the additional amenities up to speed. It takes care of the pool, the maintenance, all of the retention ponds that you see throughout this community with the walking trails. All of those are managed by the CDD, and that money in the operational part of the budget is what takes care of your community, which is why your HOA fee is super low. So CDD, HOA, what's the difference between the two? The HOA is assisting with the governing of your home. I want to put in a pool, you go through the HOA. I want to change the color, like somebody asked, the outside of the home color, what colors are available. That is where you work with your HOA. If something is wrong with the pool in your community, something is wrong with the tennis courts or the walking trails, your CDD is who will be taking care of those issues. So that's the difference between CDD. Think C is community, they take care of the community. HOA, H for house, takes care of your individual home. So I want to talk about that. So one of the things that we talked about is the fact that this home is priced at $425,000, which is an amazing deal for this property. The sellers for this home have put in about $75,000 in additional upgrades, and I have the full list of the upgrades, which some are shown on the permanent page, and then others they have the receipts for to share with you. So you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, these people invested so much in this home, why are they moving? Well, like many of us, when you get a great job opportunity and you got to make a decision, do you stay or do you go? Their decision was to go, so they got to sell their home. So guess what? Their opportunity is also yours as well too, to come into this home and to make it yours. If you were to buy this home new with the builder, and like I said, go on D.R. Horton, Hayden Model, Wimauma, you will see that there's a community about 2 miles away from here, and it's called Berry Bay. They are still building new homes in that community. For Horton, if you look at the Hayden Model, when you go on that page, it will say starting from 402 and up. We all know what starting from means, right? So as you pick a different lot, that price changes and everything else. But guess what, guys? You don't have a patio, the lanai that's been built and enclosed for almost $20,000. And guess what? This was put in 2 years ago. So that was 18 grand 2 years ago. Add a couple of inflationary dollars to that, it's probably about 20 grand or 21 grand now to do it. You saw the privacy screens, which are amazing to have. Those were almost the same price as the unit. But even if you don't want the privacy screens, you're gonna spend, if you buy the Hayden, 20 grand to put in the lanai. That puts you what, to 422. I'm not even adjusting for the lot. That puts you to 422. I don't think a lot of people like Formica. Let's just keep it real, okay? As a kid, I grew up with Formica. Everything burns, chips, and eventually it curls like you put rollers on it. Nobody wants Formica, right? But eventually with time in our homes, when we grow into it, we can afford to upgrade it. You don't have to go through that process in this home because the seller has done it for you. They took out the dark colors, granite that was basically is what the builder did, and you have beautiful quartz. So this has been modernized for you already. Again, another $10,000. So where were we? I said 402 plus 20 put me to 422. Another grand has put me to 432. Okay, when we get upstairs, you're gonna see that if you look at the model has a shower curtain rod. I think when you come home and you go to your primary ensuite, you're not gonna be playing Psycho with the curtain, okay? We ain't doing that, okay? What we are gonna do is you're gonna see a beautiful shower enclosure that they paid for. Again, another upgrade. And framing out the windows. So just even if you put the most simplest basic items that you wanted at a bare minimum, what people consider to be Florida living, you're already at like 450, 452. So this being priced at 425, the work has been done. And I want you to look at these appliances, and I'll send you the serial numbers and everything from them. You're not getting this from the builder. You're getting a standard washer and dryer. You're not getting the front load. You're getting the top load, which is great with the dial, like you're turning the old school TVs like click, 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 click. It's not attaching and programming it with a smart home feature, none of that. So these are the things that people want and often put on a list. And I have that list for my house as well too. Things that I can do now and things I'm going to do hopefully in the future. Sometimes we never get to those lists, but here you don't have to worry about that because it's been done for you. So let's talk about the difference in pricing. Often we see the builder offers you a special rate, right? And a lot of people are like, I'm going to go new home construction because the rate is cheaper, right? And that rate has like usually a percentage. Right now, I'll tell you, you go on the page. You can Google it, so there's no need for me to hide it. I believe they're at 4%. And it has an APR almost closer to 5%, right? Closing costs are going to be through their title company is going to be a little bit different, and a lot of the costs will be higher, but just under rate perspective, we're not that far off from 4% to essentially 5.7?
FHA 5.875 without a buy down. We can always buy that down lower too.
So we're talking about 0.8 of a point. I have a quick question, and I know you haven't calculated, but here's what I always look at with my clients when we look at resale, newer resale homes like this, or the buyer. What is the difference in coming up with essentially, I don't know, that those 0.8 of, what's like, for instance, if you paid $25,000 more in a home over 30 years, what's the difference?
I mean, how much more interest are you paying? I can run those numbers, yeah.
Is it like somewhere probably about maybe $80-something?
Oh, way more than $25,000, that's for sure.
So
interest does compound, so the longer
Correct.
that you're in that interest rate and paying for that price, the more interest you're paying. So they make it look pretty, right? They give you the 4% rate, they cover the closing costs, but what they are doing is they're increasing the purchase price. So you're paying for it one way or another. But people do like the lower rate options, which is nice. It helps with affordability on a month-to-month basis. So that's why we have those comparable options like our 2-1 buy down that I mentioned earlier, which is also on the event page if you want to see what that can save you. Or we can get creative and buy down your rate. If it's not quite to that payment you need it to be at, we definitely have options to get it there permanently, so you don't have to worry about refinancing. So they do pay for it one way or another, that's for sure.
And often when you look at the rate sometimes, and we've gone through this with different clients, what you'll see, sometimes the rate difference is $87 a month. And I'll say this to you, how many of you have Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever it is that you're holding a cup of and drinking right now, or Scooter's Coffee or whichever one it happens to be? I'm pretty sure that when you look at your credit card or your debit card or however you're paying for things, nobody buys anything cash anymore, but you probably spend $100 a month. So what's easier for you to find? Almost $100 or more per month per mortgage, or is it easier for you to find $52,000 that you don't have to finance? Because it's not going into the mortgage at single digits. You're doing these things post-closing. So what's happening is you're either going to finance it with the company who came and poured the concrete and did the patio. Most of those deals are even higher, guys, than your credit cards. And even if you're doing it with your credit card, Amex, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover, did I miss anybody? If you're doing it, what are you still running these days? At least somewhere, over 20%. So what's easier to find? $87 to $100 a month more to get everything done? And then basically you keep that money in your 401k so you don't have to borrow against it to do it, or do you finance it? So we're going to run upstairs really quick because I'm just checking the time at 6:40 and I want to come back down and ask a couple more questions. So Muna, let's head upstairs and show them the second floor. Let's go on up. So the second floor of the home is carpeted. As you saw, the first floor is done in ceramic tile. Everything is the same tone in the gray family. So really modern, goes well with everything. A lot of people are taking the direction of sage. Sage goes really well with gray as well too. But when we get up here, we have 1 bedroom, remember, on the first floor. This second floor has 4 bedrooms and a loft. So you have downstairs, you have the flex room, but you also have this loft up here as well too, giving you 2 spaces in this home to really enjoy it. So let's start in the primary bedroom. So here we are in the primary bedroom. It is huge. This is a king-size bed. I want Muna to kind of come where I'm standing so you can see the amount of room that you have on both sides of the bed. Take a look at this. They've got a king-size bed. They've got 2 end tables. They've got an armoire in the corner. They've got a dresser and a chest of drawers. And this room has enough space for a chair, a chase. I mean, it is enormous. You couldn't ask for a better footing for a primary suite. Also, if we come in here, we now have the ensuite. So if you look at the builder's page in the primary suite, they will put in the, when you look at it, you will see that it has the glass. But when it comes time to buy it, it's a shower curtain, guys. So it's the bath fitters, as you see here, but this is an upgrade. This suite also has basically what we call dual closets, right? One is smaller, one's really big, but essentially, you know, you guys have to figure out when you share this room who gets what closet. But one thing you don't need to fight over is space, because you have so many rooms, so many areas to store things. It really is good. And then obviously we have the water closet, which is private. And again, just looking at the countertops, you have the upgraded quartz and the mirrors framed, and the fixtures were upgraded as well too. Over here, we have the laundry room. So when you take a look at the laundry room, everything in here conveys. However, these are brand new washer and dryers. They're stackable. And take a look at everything that you're seeing here. This is not what you get with any of the builders unless you were to pay for this as an upgrade. And not all builders give you the option to upgrade your appliances. The second bedroom over here is used as a secondary office in this home, as well as a mini workout room. So again, another great bedroom in size, giving you the flexibility to do what you need to with it to suit your lifestyle. We're going to come over here now. You already had a tour of the loft. They use it as a secondary game area, also as a music room. And we have 2 additional bedrooms at the back. So again, 4 bedrooms in total. We've got a bedroom over here, and all the bedrooms up here are a combination. This one has a twin with an office, and they're separated by a bathroom. The nice thing about if you have a family and people have to share a bathroom is you've got dual sinks, but it's separate from the area where you have the shower and also the water closet together. Gives you a great option. And we pull back all the curtains so you can see exactly what is behind them to see what you're getting. And we have obviously tile in the wet areas. And once again, we've got quartz, and the windows, not the windows, I apologize, the mirrors are framed. And we've got one last bedroom to show you at the bottom. And this room has a combination of a twin bed, also with a nice sized desk, and also a dresser in here as well. And again, if you look at the closet, and if you pull the closet open, you'll see none of the closets are on track, and they're all doors, which are wonderful, and they're magnetic doors, so very easy to open and close. So, have I missed any questions? I just want to pause for a second. Any questions? So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Okay, perfect. So
But
now,
if you have any, put them in the chat.
put them in the chat. Also, if you don't feel comfortable with putting your questions in the chat, you can send me a personal message. You can also text me. So my number is 813-337-9895. Send me a text, and afterwards I will answer any of your questions. I know not everyone feels comfortable to put it out in public, so I'm here to answer everything. And please do not worry or hesitate when you send me questions. They are important to you. So don't worry about, no one else has asked this question, I want to hear it. It's your question, it's your home, it's what works for you, and I want to answer that for you as soon as possible. So we're going to head downstairs, and we're going to go through just a couple of things again, and then we're going to sign off. I can't believe, oh my goodness, an hour is already done. So I want to talk about employer groups. Did I mention those earlier? I think I said I was going to, but I didn't get to them, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's talk about employers. One of the largest employers in Tampa is MacDill Air Force Base. You got Tampa Airport as well, too. If you work in the banking industry, I just want to get a little kind of an assortment for everyone. If you work in the banking industry, we've got USAA Service Center. I think I said earlier about a 20-minute ride from here. Within 15 to 20 minutes commute from this home, door to door, is we have HCA Florida. How many people out there work in the healthcare industry? Raise your hand. I used to a long time ago. HCA Florida, one of the largest employers in the state of Florida. has several hospitals here. Closest one to this house is the one in South Shore, right? Literally, it's about maybe 10 minutes away from here. We also have Moffitt Cancer Center, which just opened up a facility in Ruskin. Again, another 15-minute ride from here. It's called Moffitt South Shore. We've got Baycare St. Joseph Hospital System. Baycare is a huge hospital system here in this market. Tons of jobs. I mean, you can't go wrong. These are employers that you won't have to even get on the highway. I'm talking about driving the local roads to get to. Then we have Advent Health, another large employer in the state of Florida. They just opened up a brand new hospital called Advent Health Riverview Hospital. Again, probably 20-minute drive at best with traffic. And then we've got Amazon Service Center, super close, another large employer we have. Hillsborough County Public Schools, all of our teachers, principals, supervisors, workers, I mean, one of the biggest employers that we have. And if that's not enough for you to find a job for a trailing spouse, friend who wants to come down here to take a leap, this is the place to live because it puts you in proximity to so many places. We've got malls for those who still go to mall. I do everything online. Only when I absolutely have to. You see me in a mall, it's very rare. Usually it's for return. The other thing that we have tons of is food options. Brandon is probably one of the cities that are closest to us. We also have south of here, we've got like Parrish and Bradenton, Sarasota. So it really affords you a lot. Great place to live.
To the beach, too.
To the beach. Oh my God, best beaches in the world. Here, seriously, they rank in the top 10.
Less than an hour.
Yeah, less than an hour. If you look at the listing for the home, there's a place called Little Harbor, which has a private beach, and a place called Sunset Grove, which I think we're all going to after this. I need a nap. But seriously.
It's beautiful. Best sunsets.
Oh, beautiful sunsets. The beach is there for the kids to go. You can also rent power, like you can rent jet skis and all this great stuff. Can you believe it? From here to there, 18 minutes door to door. Mm-hmm. And that's the closest. You can go over to Anna Maria Island. Absolutely stunning beaches as well too. South of here, maybe 40-minute drive. And in Clearwater, St. Pete is right there as well too. You are not without options living in what we call South Shore, the south part of Hillsborough County, or to you guys, the greater Tampa Bay area.
And let's not forget that everything growing here. So
Yeah.
from an investment standpoint, which is what I love to look at, is you're getting this at what, $425,000?
Yeah.
But wait till we continue developing out this area like they are constantly doing. Like Paula said, the new construction still building in the neighborhood. We only have up in property value from there because the value is going to continue to grow the more that they build out the area. And then once the new constructions are done building, if people want to live here, they only have to buy resale. The only option they will have is resale.
Yeah.
So
And
from an
that's what it
investment
goes up.
standpoint, it's a good
Great
investment.
place as well too. Kirsten is also a great person to speak to if you want to talk about investing. Some people have called to ask about this as a second home.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do short-term rentals, so you cannot do Airbnbs, but it does make a great second property. It is in a gated community, adding additional sense of security to you. And it's also close to a place called some of the lagoon communities you've seen us. That is across the street from here, less than a mile away. South Shore Bay. That's another picture that you'll see in the pictures in the MLS. That is literally less than a mile away, and it is also open to the public as well too. So another great place to hang out. You're not without spaces. You're not without time and stuff. Guys, what a beautiful value. Whether you live here locally, and I'm going to give you some numbers, the median price on this square footage, this home going 10-15% above and below, is at $432,500. $432,500. This home is priced at $425,000. I have looked at other homes, and I'm happy to share this with you. Competing homes in the same square footage. There are 7 other homes, and of the 7 homes, none of them have the lanai that's built out, and also all of them still have the builder grades. They still have the Formica in the bathrooms. They didn't do the upgrades. They didn't frame out the doors. They still have the darker granite that was done. Similar footing. So I'm not happy to share this. This is all public information. There's nothing for me to hide. Something else, somebody talked to me once about putting a pool in the back. One of the pool homes, exact model like the Hayden, sold as a pool home for $535,000 in a community about a mile away from here. And there is one for sale for $525,000. And that is the exact model of this. The lot is smaller. They do not have the upgrades throughout the house, but they do have a pool that's listed for $100,000 more. So things to consider when you're trying to decide what works best for you. It's got a beautiful community pool. You will see that also in the pictures that I have out there on Zillow, Homes.com, Realtor.com. I don't care what third-party site you go to, those pictures are out there for you. The home also has its own YouTube channel. Check it out. It also does a walkthrough of the home, as well includes part of the community with drone footage, so you can see that. So it is a great value, and what we want to make sure is that whether it's this home or coming to Florida, what does that look like? That's really an important question to have with a lender, because you need a job, right? Unless you're buying it cash, you need a job. And if you work remotely, you may have that relationship with your employer, but if you tell them you're moving from Texas to Florida, you're going to have, from an underwriting perspective, I've seen this before, people have to get letters from human resources, and it can't be your friend at the front desk. It has to come from an officer of the company. So some of these things we want to make sure that you look into before you take that leap, to make sure that when you come here, you're coming permanently and it is your home. And Kirsten is the absolute best person to speak to some of that stuff about as well too. And then just sometimes if you're doing a sale of one home up north and coming down here in the south, or even here locally, contingent buyers, I will tell you that my sellers are open to contingent buyers. They would be looking for somebody to be already on the market, preferably pending, but that is an option that we welcome as well too. So if you're a contingent buyer, don't be afraid to submit offers, because a lot of sellers are open to that in this market. It really is a great market for you as a buyer. So take the leap. Cancel all the noise from everybody else. You're the ones paying the bill. You must know what you want and follow what you want, because if you want it and it's been put in your head, it is meant for you. No one else can tell you what belongs to you but you. So I'm really good at helping people canceling noise and kind of telling them to walk through it. It's about, is it affordable? Does it make sense? Do you see yourself growing in the home? Do you need to basically move up in size home? Your family has expanded. Maybe you're kind of like coming down in size, getting ready for your kids to go off to school, but you may have your parents come to live with you. You've got the first floor here. So many different dynamics impact all of our lives, and that's what I'm here to do for you as a realtor. I have lived through many stages, guys. My kids are grown, married. I'm waiting for grandchildren. I have been a caregiver for my parents. They've passed away. I've made those accommodations in my lifestyle to facilitate what I needed to for my family to live what we define as a successful lifestyle that made us happy. So I'm happy to speak to you guys, because I've lived through so many of those things. I understand the considerations that have to be made. And I'm also a former healthcare executive. So I've had a lot of seniors come here, and I've been able to put you in touch with really great brokers to help you find the right insurance plan when you come here. So it can work through anything. There's nothing that you can bring our way that we can't solve individually or together. So really and truly, where are we now? We got 3 minutes left. I want to thank you guys for signing in. I know we took an hour away from your time, and that's super valuable. When this is finished, it will be on my pages. They're open to the public. You can share it, whether it's my page, whether it's Kirsten's page, whether it's Muna's page. And at the end of the day, we just want you to be able to talk to us about what is going to work to get you in this great home, because this price is phenomenal. It is a steal. When you go through everything that's been done for you already, it's move-in ready, and we're here to help you move into it.
And don't forget, there's a list of the upgrades, the finance options, the pool, virtual pool staged image. Everything's on the event page, so if you want to go back and reference those later, or if you have any questions, don't hesitate to DM us directly, and we'll be happy to answer that for you. And hey, if this isn't the home for you, or if you're not ready and we need to get you prepared, we'll be the great resource for you for the future.
And we will go back through the comments to make sure we haven't missed anything. And if somebody asks for something very specific, we will get those over to you as well. And like I said, long after this, if you think about something, just shoot us a message or a text, and we're here for you. Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. We're really great to have you here.